Halftime at the Great Western Forum, where the Pistons lead the Lakers 45-40. Of course, a very important halftime, the retirement of James Worthy's jersey. And I'm telling you, what a career he had. 7-time NBA All-Star, member of 3 NBA championships. He was the first overall selection in the 1982 draft by the Lakers. He has had just a remarkable career, and his jersey will go up with the other 5 all-time greats that have worn the Laker uniforms. And it has just been a marvelous career for just a real good friend and a guy that really did a job on the position of small forward, because he could play it like no other. Now let's throw it to Lawrence Tanter.
And now the master of ceremonies for tonight's game, the one, the only, Chick Hearn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was walking over here trying to think of something to say, and the thing that came to my mind is, at special occasions such as this, are the things that memories are made of. Watching a film like that, we remember what Showtime really was all about. Many people will praise James Worthy, and I would like to take about 3 weeks to do it, but I don't have the time. But I would like to tell you this about him. He comes from the finest stock you can imagine. His wonderful father, his brothers, and I'm sorry to say that his deceased mother, of course. And it figures that a guy that had the upbringing that he did in the home that he came out of, matriculate to a high school program that showed people what he could do, recruited by the University of North Carolina, and fortunately, under the supervision of Dean Smith, became an All-American. And Dean Smith is with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say one thing, Dean. Thank you for coming. And when the historians write about the Ad Rups, the Johnny Woodens, this man will be ranked there with the foremost of all-time collegiate coaches, Dean Smith.
Thank you, Chick. Thank you very much. Coach Bill Guthridge, my assistant, and I are delighted to be here to join all of you in honoring the great James Worthy you just saw there. James Worthy, I was privileged to be his college coach. We did win a championship. He was the most valuable player, and we have number 52 at North Carolina there, which says Worthy across, and we've only had 5 retired jerseys. He is one of them. Now this is number 6 tonight. Our congratulations to James, the North Carolina connection here. We've had Mitch Kupchak and Sam Perkins, Bob McAdoo, and now George Lynch. And but James, as they said, no one does it better. James, congratulations from North Carolina.
To show you how much he feels for James Worthy, he flew all day to get here, and he's going to fly the red-eye all the way back tonight so he can be at practice tomorrow. Now, I would like to bring to the floor a man that made history on this particular floor, and a man who now is an executive vice president of the Los Angeles Lakers, and who is credited with all of the success, the recruitment and bringing in of players to keep this great franchise going. Jerry West.
Thank you very much. On special nights like this, the reason you're here is because there's a special player involved. For 12 great years, James Worthy played this game as you would want a player to play. A consummate professional, sacrificed many personal goals for team goals. Obviously, that comes from his background in North Carolina, where they enjoyed the same great success that those Laker teams enjoyed in the 80s. James, you played the game with grace and style that was, Irvin Johnson himself said it better. I would pay to watch you play. You were fun to watch play. But not only can you have fun playing this game, but you can win. And you were part of the greatest teams that I think I've ever watched in my life. James, I have a message here for you from a very important person in the NBA, and the letter goes like this. It says, Dear James, for a dozen memorable years, you were an outstanding player in the NBA, teaming with Magic, Kareem, and so many others to help make the Los Angeles Lakers the team of the decades for the 80s. Not just in our league, but in all of sports. Few fans will ever forget the sight of number 42 filling the lane on the fast break, a sight that helped make Showtime special. Tonight, for you now to receive the highest individual honor that a franchise can bestow upon a player, the retirement of your jersey. Congratulations on this well-deserved tribute. Sincerely, David Stern, Commissioner of the NBA. James, if you'll hop up here a minute, I have a gift for you. These are a couple of gifts from the LA Lakers. Here's one I think you'll like a lot. I have one of them myself. And also, this beautiful mounted jersey that will be mounted along some other ones up there. But I would like to congratulate you. I remember the day that we drafted James Worthy, and I also remember the day that he came to Los Angeles and signed his contract. And to put him alongside with those other great players we have, I think every Laker fan in Los Angeles will never, ever forget those teams. It was really, really special. And again, congratulations on this great night.
Thank you, Jared. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like for them to stand so you can acknowledge them. James's brothers, would you please stand? And his father. I know, like you and James and the brothers, we wish Mom was here. But God rest her soul, and you must be very, very proud.
We are very proud to be here on this occasion, and I never would have thought it would happen, but I'm so thankful that he had a good career, and God has been with him, and we pray that he will still be with him throughout the rest of his life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you look at those 5 jerseys up there, down at the north end. What do you say we make it 6? James Worthy. What a night. What an honor. What a man, James Worthy. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, Magic, you may think you're hiding. I see you. Come on over here. Magic Johnson played with James all through those years.
Oh, boy. Well, it seemed like it was only yesterday when this young man streaking down the sideline, and he dove and knocked the ball to me, and I went down and laid it up against the Celtics, and man, time has passed. I had the pleasure of meeting James when I was a sophomore in college, and he was a high school senior, and I was recruiting him for Michigan State. And James said, are you staying? And I said, well, no. Well, I'm not coming to Michigan State then. And James and I have been through a lot of battles and wars together. But the thing I can say is two things, and I'm going to turn it over to the man we came to see, is that James Worthy is one of the most beautiful basketball players to have ever played this game. The way he could glide in the air with one hand and maneuver that ball around and finger roll it. But my most famous play is when I came down the court and I no-looked the pass to you and you put it in them big mitts and Statue of Liberty and dunked it. That's what I will always remember about James Worthy. And the second thing, James, and I tell this to every group that I speak to, every high school, junior high, wherever I go, I say that James Worthy is the most fundamental basketball player that I have ever played against or played with. Your fundamentals was unbelievable. So now, am I turning it back to you or am I introducing him? Give it back to Chick. Well, give him one of them nice welcomes.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.